everyone, myself Hariom and today I am here to explain you the topic of our presentation, that is TypeScript compiler. So what is TypeScript compiler? The TypeScript compiler, often referred to as TSC, is a command line tool provided by Microsoft as the part of TypeScript language. It serves the purpose of translating the TypeScript code into the JavaScript code. So the TypeScript code has .ts extension and that is converted to the JavaScript code that has .js extension. This translation process allows developers to write code using TypeScript features and then compile it into JavaScript, which can be executed by browsers or Node.js. So how does the compiler work? Let's move to this topic, that how does the TypeScript compiler work? So the first method, the first feature that provides is parsing. The TypeScript compiler first parses the TypeScript code, understand its syntax and structure. It reads through the input TypeScript files and build and abstract syntax tree, which represents the code structure. Then the second step involves type checking. Since TypeScript is a statically typed language, which means it allows developers to specify type of variables, parameters, and return values, the compiler type checks by analyzing the type specified in the code and ensuring that they are under consistently and correctly throughout the program. Okay. Then the next step is transformation. Once the type checking is complete, the TypeScript compiler transforms the TypeScript code into equivalent JavaScript code. This transformation involves removing TypeScript specific syntax such as type annotation and TypeScript specific constructs and converting them into standard JavaScript syntax that can be used and executed by JavaScript engines. Thereafter, we have the fourth step, that is the last step, that is output generation. So finally, the compiler generates JavaScript output files, that is .js extension file based on the transformed code. These output files contain the equivalent JavaScript code that corresponds to the original TypeScript code. So this is the process, that how the TypeScript compiler works. Then there are certain features and capabilities of TypeScript compilers. So what are various features? The first feature is error reporting. The compiler provides detailed error messages and warnings, helping the developers identify and fix the issues in their code, including type-related errors. The next feature is configuration options. There are various configuration options available in the TypeScript compiler. Developers can customize the behavior of the TypeScript compiler using those options. That is the configuration options. There is a tsconfig.json file that allows specifying compiler options, target JavaScript version file, inclusion, exclusion, and other settings for the project. Thereafter, there is a feature called incremental compilation. The TypeScript compiler supports incremental compilation also, which means it only recompile files that have changed since the last compilation. This feature improves build types, especially in the larger projects. It helps in reducing the overall compilation time. Then the next feature is integration with build tools. The TypeScript compiler can be integrated into various build tools and workflows such as Webpack, Gulp, or NPM scripts, allowing for automation of the compilation process as part of the build pipeline. Declaration files. Okay, so we will move to our next topic, that is TypeScript really worth it? So I will tell you some points and I will let you decide that whether TypeScript is worth it or not to use in today's world. TypeScript can catch 15% of common bugs. That improves code readability, right? So TypeScript introduces static typing, as you have seen already, that it introduces static typing to JavaScript that allows developer to define types for variables, functions, parameters, and return types. And research and industry experience have shown that TypeScript can catch around 15% of the common programming errors write 15% of the common programming errors before runtime, leading to more reliable code and reducing the likelihood of runtime errors. Now the second point is that enhanced code readability in team makes it easier to understand and collaborate. Right? With TypeScript in teams can easily navigate and comprehend each other's code bases, leading to improved collaboration, reduced onboarding time for new team members like freshers, and fewer misunderstanding of bugs caused by unclear code. Thereafter, the proficiency in TypeScript expands job opportunities due to its popularity. So the main point is that job listings frequently require or prefer candidates with TypeScript proficiency. In today's world, the companies mainly demand for TypeScript proficiency in candidates, especially for the roles of involving modern web development, full stack development, and Node.js developers. Then the fourth point is learning TypeScript provides a deeper understanding of JavaScript and broaden your skill set. So learning TypeScript involves understanding its features such as static typing, interfaces, and advanced JavaScript concepts like decorators and async, await, etc. Additionally, TypeScript features and tooling such as type interference and code refactoring support can enhance productivity and code quality even when working primarily with JavaScript. So these are some of the features that I would like to tell you of TypeScript that help you understand that whether TypeScript is really worth it or not. Then so now let's move to the next slide that shows the advantages and disadvantages. There's a theoretical topic which tells about the advantages and disadvantages of TypeScript. So the first advantage of using TypeScript that it is static type checking, right? The second one is improved scalability. You can use TypeScript in any of the computers, whether you are using the Linux or you are using Windows or Mac, anything. You can use TypeScript in any one of them. You just need to install TypeScript. You firstly need to install npm, then Node, and then TypeScript compiler, and then you can use TypeScript in any of the computers. It is ES6, ES7 support, so modern JavaScript compilers also support the TypeScript. Then it's improved IntelliSense support. So if you are writing something wrong in TypeScript, then it will autocorrect your code. That is what we call the IntelliSense support. So it is improved in TypeScript, right? When you will use it, you will come to know that while using TypeScript, your code automatically, at some point of time when you are writing a wrong code, it automatically is getting corrected, and that is by the IntelliSense support of TypeScript. Then there is better error handling. So the next point that is very important, that TypeScript provides better error handling than any of the other languages, right? So then let's move to the disadvantages. There is a stiff learning curve while we learn TypeScript. So there are certain features. If you are a beginner or a fresher to TypeScript, you need to learn or cram certain features of TypeScript, certain basic functionalities of TypeScript in order to use it. And if you will start learning the basics of TypeScript, it will take much time. So you will need to cram some points of TypeScript. So that is we call a stiff learning curve is there while using TypeScript. Then there is increased complexity. So while learning TypeScript, it is a very complex language to learn. That is what we call the increased complexity. That is a disadvantage. Then it's lower compilation speed. In comparison of other languages like C++ and Java, the TypeScript has very low compilation speed, even lower than JavaScript, because it firstly needed to be converted into JavaScript code and then it is got compiled. Then the last disadvantage is that limited browser support. So not all the browsers support TypeScript. All the modern browsers, however, support TypeScript, but there are certain older version of browsers that doesn't support TypeScript. So there is a limited browser support while we use TypeScript. So we will move now to the last slide, that is conclusion part. So today we have covered a lot of things about TypeScript, from its basic syntax to its cool features like static typing and generics. It's clear that TypeScript brings some serious muscle to web development. As we look forward, let's keep TypeScript in our toolkit, Let's enhance our skill set. It's not just about writing code, it's about making our lives easier, our projects cleaner, and hence our teams happier. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Let's keep exploring TypeScript together and see where it takes us next. Thank you.